Hey everybody, the reason for the video today is I've been reading a really good book lately, and the book is one that I got when I was at the Indiana convention. Really good book. Admittedly, it did sit on my coffee table for a while. Normally I'm used to listening to audiobooks. When I finally got around to picking it up around the first of the year, it was just a fantastic read. I'm going to show it to you. If you haven't gotten it, I definitely recommend picking up a copy. Reason the book is so good is, most sales books that you read are long. It's hard to get through the chapters. It's just very difficult to get through. This particular book was fantastic because it's a daily reflection about how to improve your agency, how to prove sales, how to bind more business, how to sell more business. Can't highly recommend it enough. Every once in a while, as I'm going through it, I'm probably gonna do a video here or there when some of the more pertinent things, strike me, and that's the reason for the video today. In the beginning part of the book, there's this concept that David talks about, and this concept that instead of selling the form, you need to sell your people, you need to sell your process, and you need to sell the promise and the experience that your agency gives its customers. I had a chance to think about that and really reflect on it, and it's 100% true. There is this trend in our industry to sell technical jargon and technical details that, like, most insureds never going to think twice about. And the issue is that the insured wants to know is, are you going to protect me? How easy is it going to be to deal with you? And that sort of thing, I don't think most agents, most brokers are thinking about. When I'm thinking about AJ Wayne, and our customers are never going to be the public, we're a wholesaler, and our customers are agents. And I'm thinking about, why are our people, why are our process, why is our promise, why is our experience with most agents better than most wholesalers? I mean, it really boils down to, we start with our people. We compensate our people a third more than most wholesalers. And if you really think about it, that's almost unheard of. And what does that mean? Because our folks are compensated better on the top tier, anybody else in the industry, they can afford to have better processes. They can afford to have a better promise, and they can afford to give our retailers a better experience. If you're with a wholesaler right now, and let's say they haven't picked up their phone today, well, it's probably not because they don't want to talk to you. It's probably because they feel like they're being squeezed and they have to produce as much revenue as possible. That same wholesaler, if they're traveling all the time, if you can never get a hold of them, well, they're traveling and they're not available because they're being pressured to produce as much as humanly possible. Same thing with the size of the accounts. If you have a wholesaler that maybe doesn't want to look at mid-sized to smaller accounts for you, it's not because they're only interested in big business. It's because they have margins and they have to hit them. If your wholesaler feels like they're being micromanaged or they don't have autonomy, same thing. Larger institutions are looking for margins and they want to make sure their people are hitting certain numbers when it comes to efficiency. Are your renewals being sent to a service center? Do you have the continuity where every single year you're going to have the same wholesaler? It's the same thing. Once your wholesaler writes an account, if the institution is focused on bottom line only, they're going to throw that renewal off to a service center, and you're probably never going to see that wholesaler again. And the most important thing, if you feel like you send submissions to your wholesaler and they're not putting the time in, it feels like that submission just, isn't getting the attention that it deserves. That's all about, margin and your wholesaler not having the flat out time to turn your submission into revenue. And as an agency owner, you're using wholesalers to give you a force multiplier to bind business. And if that's not happening, you start losing money because of it. Whenever you think about private equity, whenever you think about other industries, restaurants, hospitalities, you can think about your favorite restaurant. When private equity gets in and starts squeezing margin, what happens to the quality of the restaurant? not as good. Same thing with the hotels that you maybe have liked over the years, that the quality has gone down. It's true across all sectors. Whenever you start squeezing margin out of the product, the experience and the process and the promise that you've gotten used to takes a hit because of the short-sightedness of squeezing revenue out of the process. AJ Wayne has a team of 10 brokers, with tenure of 20 years, 20 years, 15 years, 22 years. Why is that? The reason we have so many tenured folks with decades of experience is because we treat them well. So, when you talk about how do retail agents get good people with good processes that can give your agency the promise that it deserves and the experience that binds business, the only way you're going to get that is, when you have a wholesale partner that is not squeezing margin that allows that to be the case. So just food for thought. As I continue reading the book, if I run up against other concepts that I think are valuable, from time to time I may come on and talk about them. I will tell you, again, if you have not gotten the book yet, Driven to Close, Daily Lessons from a Carpool Closer by David Carruthers and his son Grayson. I met them both at the Indiana Trade Show. Two of the nicest people you ever want to meet. The book is really great. It only requires that you spend maybe 2 to 3 minutes a day reading a page, thinking about the lessons, and then incorporating that lesson into your agency so that you can buy more business. Highly recommend you picking it up. Highly recommend that you check out his other stuff. And, as I continue reading it, I will definitely bring you other nuggets here that I think are interesting. So thanks again for your time, and we'll catch you later. Bye.